Hey guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, upcoming in a few days, we have 4 new free-to-play EZAs that are hitting both versions of the game at the same time. You can see the countdown here. I'm recording this quite early on Friday morning, my time, because I am going away for part of the weekend. So I'll probably get this put up on either this evening or early on Saturday, because I like to put these up before these things drop so that people can obviously get the chance to prepare. If you've got nothing to do over the weekend, you want to use your stamina, then you know you can pre-farm extra copies and all that kind of stuff. So I always like to do these, and you guys seem to enjoy them. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight in. So the first thing I will say that I find slightly confusing is obviously STR Ultimate Gohan's EZA was announced on JP, and originally it wasn't announced for global like at the same time. So we weren't sure, you know, that could have been a JP only thing, because the Golden Week main theme is supposed to be the Cell games, and then obviously global did get the STR Ultimate Gohan EZA, and both versions had this Trunks revealed in the news, because he is from the Android/Cell saga. But then yeah, JP announced these 3 free-to-play EZAs, which are Buu saga units, but global is getting them as well. So I think this lines up with the Goku, Gohan and Goten day though, so it's not technically part of Golden Week. So yeah, that's the reason why this is coming out on both versions at the same time. We still don't know yet what the big reveal is going to be for Goku, Gohan, Goten Day, if there is going to be one. Obviously, one of the ones that people are really hoping for is an EZA for the LR Go Bros, but obviously we shall have to wait and see. So, I thought we'd start off with this guy just because I feel like he is going to be quite interesting to use. Especially when you think about like the Majin Vegeta team, where you need to bring a Trunks if you want to get the full potential of Majin Vegeta. So obviously, unless you want to build your team around having a specific Trunks on main rotation, then obviously bringing a Trunks who is a support unit is potentially going to be very useful. Now, I don't know how well this guy is going to fit that role because of some of the caveats that they gave him. I was planning to record this video already anyway, and then the details actually came out not long before I woke up. So he has a STR types lead. Unless you're like a brand new free-to-play player, I can't imagine anyone really using him as a leader. But for his super attack, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does supreme damage to the enemy. So obviously very, very good super attack effect. And then his passive is attack and defense 150, an additional attack and defense 40%, and all allies key +1 per Savior's category ally, self-excluded, attacking in the same turn. So this is an interesting one, because it means on a rotation where you have 2 other Savior's units, he's going to get an extra 80% attack and defense, as well as be giving all the other units on the rotation 2 key. So if we bring up the Savior's category here, obviously this is the secondary leader skill of Tech Gohan that everybody forgets about because everyone just uses him as a Hybrid Saiyans leader. So this is an interesting team. It hasn't got any buffs in terms of like a new leader for a while. Obviously there's no 200% leader skill, but there are a lot of good units on this team. I think the biggest crossover is going to be if you're running like a Hybrid Saiyans team. Then obviously there are a lot of units that you could potentially bring who are Saviors. But I mean, just by scrolling down the list, I mean, this is a tiny category. So it does seem like a bit of a weird choice to give him a restriction around that category. It is quite a big boost that he gets. Like, even if you only have 1 Savior ally on rotation, he's still getting an extra 40% attack and defense. That's like the same as having a support unit in slot 3. So that is pretty good. And then he has a high chance of foreseeing enemy super attack when there is an extreme class enemy, and all allies attack and defense 10% if all allies attacking in the same turn are Savior's category allies. Now, I saw some people discussing this on the timeline. There was a bit of confusion because there's no comma or like semicolon here to break this down. So it seems like these 2 things are connected. So 50% chance to see supers when there is when there's an extreme class enemy, and all allies get attack and defense 10% if all allies in the same turn are Saviors. So if this turn isn't full Saviors, you don't get this 50% chance of foreseeing super attacks, even if there is an extreme class enemy. And one thing that is kind of annoying about this kind of ability is chance to foresee enemy super attacks. The game doesn't tell you whether that ability triggered or not. So if you go into the turn and say you have the full Savior's rotation, there's an extreme class enemy, and there's no super attacks that you can see at the bottom, you don't know whether his ability activated and the enemy isn't supering, or his ability didn't activate and the enemy is actually going to super attack you. So it's kind of like guard, where not knowing whether it activated or not makes the turn more annoying to play, because you don't actually know how to make the best defensive choice. So just like guard, I think they definitely need to add in some kind of thing onto the UI to show you whether this ability actually activated or not, because otherwise I feel like that's kind of weird. And then as also, he gives all allies key 1 attack and defense 20%. Because bear in mind, his passive pre-EZA... oh, this is his awakened version. So the unawakened version pre-EZA, his passive was literally all allies attack and defense 15%. So the fact that he's still a universal support, and then they throw on all this other stuff as well, in theory is very good, but it just means he's really limited to a team with Savior's allies. So like I said, the only chance you're probably ever going to get that he has this whole thing where he has a full Savior's rotation and against an extreme class enemy is going to be on Hybrid Saiyans, because obviously Tech Gohan is on there, and STR EZA Ulma Gohan is on there. So with them being a really good rotation on the new Hybrid Saiyans team, that Trunks floating into slot 3 is going to be really, really good on this rotation. So we'll probably try and showcase him on that kind of team. But let me know what you guys think of him down below. I think he is a bit weird with the restriction, but you could still run him on the team. He's still got 150%, raises on super, gives everyone 1 key and 20% support. So he's not bad as a free-to-play support option. Let me know what you guys think down below. But remember, when it comes to his event, I've brought up the Mighty Mask one here, because obviously the revamped Trunks one is not on the wiki yet. But remember, a ton of missions will get added in order for you to get medals and extra copies of this guy. So when it comes to getting this unit prepared, I wouldn't go too ham, because you can get multiple copies of the already awakened version as rewards for completing some of the missions. So when it comes to like opening his paths and stuff like that, these are going to be the best way to do that, right? By getting these rewards here. Even opening one of his paths gives you 3 more copies, which you can then use to open all 4 of the other paths. So remember, these missions do auto-complete as well. So if, like me, you already have the existing like SSR version at SA15, a ton of these are going to complete already, and then it's going to make it way easier to finish them all off. So I wouldn't bother... Even if you have, like, you know, a ton of stamina and nothing else to do, I probably wouldn't bother farming up, like, 2 SA10 copies and the extra copies for opening his paths, because you get a lot of them from the missions. So, now let's move on to the Majin Buu Saga trio of free-to-play units. These are the ones that, technically, you don't farm them from an event. You farm, like, the chocolates, and then you trade them in for copies of the cards. So obviously you can farm up a whole bunch of those before these drop, get an extra copy of each one to SA5, and there are Kais you can buy from that shop as well if you just farm up a ton of that chocolate item. So the Int Ultimate Gohan, he's a Hybrid Saiyans lead, he infinitely stacks attack, does supreme damage and lowers defense, he gets attack and defense 58% and an additional attack and defense 58%, great chance of launching an additional super when there is another Goku family category ally attacking in the same turn. So, I mean, the fact that he basically doubles his attack and defense kind of limits him to, you probably only really want to run him on a team where there's a lot of other Goku family units. But, of course, in Hybrid Saiyans, that's not super difficult. Units like the AGL, Kid Gohan and stuff like that are still, like, the best support units you can run. So, that's not super difficult. And it only has to be one other ally. It doesn't have to be the full rotation like Trunks. And then he gets an additional attack and defense 20% with each super attack performed up to 58%. So once he's super attacked 3 times, then he's going to be maxed out. And then Goku family allies 1 key and attack and defense 20%. So the fact that he's providing a little bit of support as well is definitely very good, because he seems pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, but seems pretty solid. It'll be interesting to see what he looks like when he's fully built up. And then, yeah, he's giving a little bit of support as well, which is definitely nice. So then we have the STR Goten. This guy has a youth leader skill, greatly raises defense for 1 turn, that is pretty good, supreme damage and lowers attack, so in events where you can do that, obviously that is a very good combination of super attack effects, attack and defense 150%, and then an additional attack and defense 50%, key plus 5, and all allies attack and defense 10%, and chance performing a crit 10% when there is an ally whose name includes Goku, Angel, or Trunks Kid attacking in the same turn. So that's interesting. Good combination, because obviously this means you can link them up with like Goten and Trunks units, or just Trunks units on like the Goten and Trunks or any youth related team. But Goku Angel is also in there, because obviously they want these 3 cards to work really well together. So that is actually pretty good. He gets a lot of extra effects. Like, he's going to have this 50% extra attack, guaranteed super, because it's only a TUR, so key +5. All allies attack and defense 10%. Isn't a crazy amount, but it's a nice little bit of an extra buff. And then a 10% crit chance to the allies as well. And then he gives Goku family allies 1 key and 30% attack and defense. So he's a very good free-to-play option just for a Goku family support unit in general. Because even if you're not getting these other parts of his passive active, he's still got solid attack and defense, greatly raises on super, and is giving 30% support. So definitely very good. I think all 3 of these units have all in the family as well, which is a super good link for defense at level 10. So very solid. And then we have Goku, the Angel Goku, Otherworld Warriors, free-to-play lead, raise attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage and a medium chance to stun. Then he gets defense 159%, attack 159 and disables enemy's guard for 7 turns from the start of the turn. Attack plus 59% and high chance to dodge starting from the 8th turn. So he loses most of his attack and then picks up a dodge chance. Interesting. Then he gets an additional defense 20% with each attack evaded up to 59% when there is an ally whose name includes Goten on the team. Interesting. Then he gets an additional 2 key, attack and defense 59% when that ally is attacking in the same turn. So they very much want these 2 units to be run together by the looks of it. So, because at his max, when all of this is maxed out, he could be looking pretty strong. But those are pretty limiting restrictions, I think. And then he gives Goku family allies 1 key and attack and defense 30%. So again, he's actually still just a kind of solid support unit, because he gets very solid stats for the first 7 turns. So floating in the 3rd slot, even if you get him on turn 1, you're only really going to see this like twice. But then when he comes back again, he's got slightly less defense, but then has a 50% dodge chance. He does raise defense on super. So he could work as a floating 3rd spot support unit. So these 3 obviously designed to be used together. It'd be very interesting to see what they look like on a team together. So obviously I will get them all done up and showcased. I am in the process of link leveling them all at the moment as soon as the EZAs got announced. So yeah, you can of course go into the event and get the things to awaken them. If I just go, let me bring up the page here. We can go back to the SSR version. And then can be acquired for these chocolate items. So you can get the 3 base versions of the card. You can get, I think there's, yeah, limited 2 times. So there's 4 Elder Kais available, and then a bunch of other stuff that's not really that worth it. And that's obviously from this event. I believe, is it stage 5? Yeah, it's 2 Majin Buus. I remember the name of the stage because I farmed up some recently to get the Kais. So you want to do stage 5, farm up a whole bunch of these chocolate things. There's a increased drop for Majin Buu Saga, so the more Majin Buu Saga units with the higher rarity. It is absolutely possible, especially with some of the free-to-play options, to make a full LR Majin Buu Saga team. So you can just go in and do that, farm up a bunch of these chocolates, and then get the extra copies of the cards so that you have the SA5 versions done and ready, so you can EZA, then whack those guys straight in, get them to SA15. So let me know down below in the comment section, which of these units are you most looking forward to? I think the art for this Trunks is really sick. So he definitely, on his best team, will show him off with, because he's not on a 200% leader skill team, because he's not on Gifted Warriors, so he's not on Majin Vegeta's one, and he's not on Goku Family or Super Saiyan, so he's not on the new Goku and Gohan 200% leader skill. So we'll probably show him off under the new Hybrids team with the STR and Tech Ultimate Gohans. So I'm very interested to see what he's going to look like at his max potential. So let me know down below, which one are you most interested in? Let me know in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.